I had tons of equipment. I mean, when I did Titanic, I had 2 tons of equipment. Sort of racks and racks and racks of synthesizers, and the synclavier, which was my main tool at the time. And I did Avatar with 1 computer. And in 12 years, that's how much my life has changed. It's gone from literally 2 tons, because I know my cartridge bill, and to 1 Mac Pro. That, just to give you a sense of scale, is 9 minutes. That is 320 bars of music. So we've got 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4 across a couple of bars. That's a typical cue. And again, with James likes writing long pieces rather than writing some small sections. Some composers would do this as 4 or 5 1, 2, 3 minute sections. We tend to do this as 1 9-minute thing, and that's stylistically how James has always worked. And so in this case, what we did was we got an orchestration going, and having built an orchestra, a rough orchestra here, this is fake. Here's a section of the main battle in Avatar. This is just a section. Taken a BFD patch. In this case, we've got BFD, which I've loaded with the Taikos. What I tend to do is to get the cinematic scope, I'll play the part twice, so that I've got, and I change the sound very slightly, make 1 left, 1 right. So here I've got a low Taiko part, which is where I started, which is here. You can hear the rolling Taikos. And then that's one side, and then I take the patch, I change it. I would change the tuning, I would change the velocity to pitch, I would change the velocity amplitude, I would change the way that the room ambiences are set up. I will tweak the patch so that it is different. In this case, it says, you've noticed I've highlighted the flip ambience. Okay, so that in fact the entire patch is just slightly different. If I'm using, so that I've now got a sound that I then play again using the same part. I'll play it. In this case, what we've got is we've got one that I've quantized and then one I've left loose, so that they are slightly different, but there's similar part. And the high part I put the low parts to the left, I put the high parts to the right, so that when you put it into the cinematic thing, again, all I'm dealing with is a big cinema, and I need you to feel this. So 1 doesn't do it, 2 gives you a spread. I tend to process my sounds as I'm going on, so that I've got a little bit of Waves L2, which I like for this particular patch, just to give it a bit of oomph. So as I record these down, I could in theory put it on the track, but what I want to do is give the engineer, Simon Rhodes, the sound the way that I want it to be. He's got enough to deal with the 100-piece orchestra or the rest. I want it to be set up the way that it sounds. So I tend to record all my effects down onto a track, so that he's left with this. I leave him to, he's got beautiful reverb setups, 9 Lexicon 960s in this case, so that I'll fake up some reverb for my setup, but I leave that. I'll record the sounds dry, but they will have EQ or processing or compression. I use a lot of delays and other effects like that I will put onto the sound to be the way that I want them, but I will leave the reverb to him. And we're building the patch gradually. it's a very nice way of working with drums. I like the fact that the reality, the sense of depth and space that the samples have is great for me.